is your motivation to start the year off strong. We are going to talk reinventing yourself, mindset shifts you need to know that nobody is talking about. We want you to have a successful 2024 and beyond. So here is how you start to make that happen. Hi guys, I'm Erica. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you are returning to my channel, thanks for coming back. This video is for anyone who is truly looking to make a major shift in their life. If you really want to truly, authentically, internally level up, this video is for you. So let me just get this squared away. I'm not gonna shove it down your throat to like the video and interact with it and comment and subscribe to my channel. I mean, my goal with this video is to truthfully help someone out there who is seeking changes that need to be made internally within themselves so that they can live a better life. And my ultimate goal is for you to watch this video, make it to the end, and feel like you have a positive perspective on life. I really want you to take the tips you learn from this video, utilize them in your life, tell a friend about it. Ultimately, if you leave this video feeling like your mindset is in just a little bit of a better space than it was before you clicked on it, I've done my job. So let's get right into the video. So by the time you're watching this, it'll probably be mid to late January, and I purposely put this out at that time to prove my first point, and that is that you are on your own time. The pressure to get up January 1st and be the best version of yourself is unrealistic, let's be real, okay? So you have to kind of take a step back and realize that you're going to have to work in stages if you want to be the best you can be. If you're still figuring out your process, if you're still defining what your personal blockages are, if you're still trying to figure out a routine or whatever the case may be, you are not late, you are not behind, you still have time, and you're gonna get to where you need to get to. You might as well stop filling your mind with the anxiety of not being where you wanna be and utilize and free up that space to actually get things done, to actually take steps forward. This goes for anyone, no matter what stage of life you're in. Understanding that you are on your own time is going to save you a lot of time in the long run anyway. So if you're very time conscious, the best thing you can be doing with your time is focusing on what your blockages are, what your routines need to be, what you can be doing to propel your life forward instead of drowning in anxiety about the fact that you're not where you want to be. The next mindset shift is to understand that inner work starts, then outer work follows. If you want to live your best life, you have to accept that you're not living it right now. Accept it. Take a moment. Accept it. Okay? Moment done? Okay. Now you have to understand why that is. And I want you to think deeply about this. What has held you back thus far? What has been distracting you this entire time? What do you think of yourself? Where did you begin feeling this way? How can you change the narrative you're telling yourself? The odds are the belief you have of yourself and where you want to be are not the same. It's about bridging that gap between who you think you are now and who you want to be later. Here's a personal experience that I'll go ahead and share. So every winter, I just always fell off of my workout routine, my fitness journey, just every single winter. Like as soon as it gets really, really cold out, I just stop working out. I am already like in the summer working hard. The fall, I start to try to go to the gym more often because I'm expecting myself to fail with my workout routine in the winter. I had to first become aware that I was telling myself this limiting belief. So much so that I was believing it internally. And I had believed it for so long. To get myself out of that, I had to readjust my mindset and say, hey, it's not that you don't or can't work out in the winter. You have been putting that limiting belief on yourself. I've apologized to myself for putting that limiting belief on myself. And you wanna know what? It is January. And it just started kind of snowing, so I feel like we're about to face the brunt of winter. But even now, I mean, I have rarely worked out as often and as consistently in this cold season than I have ever before. And that's because it stays at the top of my mind. I have re-narrated what I'm telling myself, and I'm actually finding ways to problem solve. Today, it snowed. I did my workout right in this living room, and I've been doing that. I've been finding ways to get around going outside or, driving to the gym or whatever the case may be to get my workout in regardless. So whether it's fitness for you as well or something else, in order to tell yourself something different though, you have to be real about what you're already saying to yourself. If you are struggling with finding out what it is that you're telling yourself, if that is just for some reason not able to come up for you, I really advise, and this is something that a lot of people don't really talk about, understanding your internal blockages. You have to understand, your childhood, hardships in your life, traumatic experiences you've had. What are these limiting beliefs and where did they actually root from? I also just want to say this. These limiting beliefs that you do find yourself coming up with after you do this exercise, they are rooted in some sort of blockage you have, some sort of personal, internal soul blockage. Now, a lot of people really don't talk about this. Once you get clear on what the blockage is, you know how to move it. So I don't want to get too deep into that because it kind of segues into something completely different. But if you want a dedicated video on emotional blockages, soul blockages, how to remove these blockages in your life, let me know in the comments below, like leave an emoji or something and just let me know that that's something you want to see. I'll gladly make a video about it because there's a lot to say on the topic and it's not really spoken about. When you get clear on how these blockages came into your life and now how they are keeping you limited, you can remove it. And that is a big step in the right direction. So let me know if you want to see a video on that. Now, this is less of a mindset shift. This is more of a general tip to actually start living that top tier life, to actually start leveling up in that career, to actually start leveling up in your life. And that is to organize your entire life. Now, I'm not only talking about getting a planner, which if you don't have a planner, go ahead and get one. I'm talking about cleaning your living space. I actually recently just kind of changed around my setup because I wanted it to be more homey. I've been in this apartment now for a couple of years. If you don't already know, or if you haven't watched any of my past YouTube videos, I moved into my own apartment, my first very own apartment. I have done a lot of great things with it. I have made it into a semi-luxury looking spot. I'm very proud of the things that I've done in here, but even now I've revamped my space. I've moved some things around. I've added some colors. I've added things to my space to give it more of a home-like feel for you. If it's like, rearranging your setup or rearranging your room, even changing settings on your phone. I listened to the Huberman Lab podcast and I learned recently about how you can turn your phone to a red screen at nighttime. This helps you kind of it helps your eyes like adjust to the darkness. So at a certain time of night, I know how to change my screens so that I'm not absorbing so much screen time and my eyes can adjust to nighttime better so I can sleep a little bit better. Things like this that I have implemented in my life, you can absolutely do as well. Forward thinking as far as things you want to accomplish. Following only people you actually are admiring or inspired by on social media. That's a very big thing that I know a lot of people I think have been talking about doing. If that person you're following online doesn't make you feel good about your life, unfollow them. Whatever it is that you're working on, find ways to absorb more of that and less of the other stuff. So that is what I mean by organizing your entire life. Preparing your life, setting your routines, what vitamins you're gonna take, when you're gonna go to bed, whatever the case may be. Now, this tip I am very excited about. I have not read it in any books. I have not learned this from anyone else but my own actual journey. And I think that it's gonna be helpful, so I wanna share it with you. So the next tip is find your big three. I call this the big three because, as I said in the beginning of this video, this is for anyone seeking a dramatic change in your life. This is for the person who is just now starting on this journey to level themselves up, or for the person that's already in their journey and just looking for something new, or if you've hit a roadblock in your level up journey and you're just trying to find new ways to grow and shift and adopt a healthier mentality, this can work for anyone. The big three is, what is one thing you need to stop doing? What is one thing you need to start doing? And what is one thing you need to figure out? If you ask yourself these questions, you get a piece of paper, you write it in your phone, you spend time with this, and you really ask yourself, for this year, you will find yourself automatically become less overwhelmed. Once you get clear on your 3 big intentions in this format, I promise you it's going to change so much about how you think about your goals moving forward. When you have so many things on your mind and on your to-do list, you are constantly thinking, how am I gonna get this done or that done? And you get so scatterbrained and it becomes so overwhelming that the anxiety is debilitating. You can take things step by step. When you are looking at one thing, it's easier to actually accomplish it versus when you're looking at the 10,000 things you need to do for one specific section of your life. What I can say is so helpful about the big 3 is that they're also ranked in levels of difficulty, if that makes any sense. One thing you need to start, one thing you need to implement. That's pretty simple of a task. Do you need to start walking more? Do you need to start going to bed at a certain time? Do you need to start waking up at a certain time? Do you need to do your nails once a week? Like, whatever the case may be. What is one thing you need to stop? A little bit more difficult than starting something, but still not at its advanced difficulty level. Do you need to stop smoking, drinking? Do you need to stop binge eating? What is one thing you need to stop doing that you can now say, I'm adding this thing and I'm taking this thing out? What is one thing you need to figure out? That usually involves more steps than the first 2 things, so it can be a little bit more difficult. It doesn't need to be this big grandiose goal like I need to figure out how to make $1 million, but it can be I need to figure out where I'm going because I know I don't want to be in this job anymore. I need to figure out whatever it is, you fill in the blank that works for you. I find the big 3 to be so helpful. I promise you guys, if you implement this, you will be way less anxious, so much happier, and you actually might get the thing done on your list that really needs to happen. You can use the big 3 for seasonal goals. You can use these for your personal goals, your academic goals, your professional goals, your financial goals, your spiritual goals. Like, it's something that can be customized to you, help reduce your anxiety, and actually help you get the thing done. So try that out. Let me know if it helps you. It is only January. We may be coming up on the mid to end of the first month of the year, but you know what? We got 11 more months to go. And even then, that's just for this year. Keep your big 3 at the top of mind and you will be successful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you got something out of it, please let me know. I would love to just hear your thoughts. And ultimately, if you don't want to leave a comment or like or interact with the video, totally fine. I just hope from me to you that you found something useful that you can take with you into your life to help you be successful. I'll see you guys in my next video. I just feel like I want to be today's tutorial. Was it focused on me the whole time? I love this background.